안녕하십니까. 아침 중국어 공부 2시간에 더해서 하루 중에 아무 때나 하고 싶을 때 영어 공부를 원래 저는 이렇게 영어로 된 드라마나 영화 보면서 이렇게 익히는 걸 좋아하는데 실제 일어나는 세계 이런 이슈들 그런 것들에 대해서 관심을 좀 더 높이고 좀 생각을 해야 될 것 같아서 외신으로 이 시간에는 주로 이제 영어로 된 외신으로 할 거고 링크를 공유할 거니까 같이 보고 싶으신 분들은 보시고 제가 읽으면서 번역해드리고 이런 게 아니고요. 그냥 저도 공부하는 거니까 혹시 보시는 분들도 그냥 같이 하시면 돼요. 네. 잠시만요. 차 한잔 하면서 나가보소. 호강씨. 개인적으로 오늘 금주 토, 일, 월 3일차 저녁 식사들은 하셨는지. 저는 지금 금주 중이라서 일찌감치 맛있게 저녁을 먹고 이렇게 또 좀 실속 있는 오후 시간을 보내보자. 이게 얼굴이 너무 가까이 나오는 거는 서로 좀 부담스럽고 아무튼 노트북을 2대를 놓고 제가 편하게 모니터를 보고 또 미드나 이런 영화 같은 경우에는 저작권 때문에 이어폰을 끼고 여기서는 보면서 여기서는 이렇게 실시간 스트리밍으로 하고 이걸 하려고 그랬는데 소리가 울려요. 기술적인 부분 때문에. 그래서 일단 오늘은 이렇게 가까이 들고 일단 넷플릭스는 아마 보더라도 휴대전화로 봐야 할 것 같아요. 왜냐면 여기서 제가 저작권 때문에 소리를 안 들리게 한다고 이걸 꽂게 되면 제 목소리도 안 들리거든요. 네. 기술적인 이유가 좀 있습니다. 아무튼 같이 공부하실 분들은 앉아서 지금부터 한 2시간 할 거니까 이렇게 제 중간중간 말하는 거 어차피 저는 영어를 공부할 때 되도록 많이 떠들려고 해서 같이 공부하시되 그 소리가 거슬리시는 분들은 음소거를 하시면 됩니다. 그리고 채팅으로 잠 오거나 심심하거나 지겹거나 할 때 아무 얘기나 해주면 저도 재밌겠죠? 커피에다가 두유를 섞으면 맛있습니다. 일단 오늘은 며칠 전에 읽고 되게 걱정했던 저는 지금 영어가 어느 정도냐면 그냥 일상생활에서 아니면 여행 다닐 때 그냥 가벼운 생활, 회화 정도는 뭐 그닥 어렵지 않게 하는 정도. 네. 그래서 이런 외신 같은 거 보면 모르는 단어 많습니다. 많아서 너무 어려운 뭐 그런 건 좀 넘어가고 아무튼 자유롭게 할 거기 때문에 혹시나 같이 하시는 분들도 알아서 하시면 됩니다. 알아서. 넷플릭스가 한 달에 9,500원이니까 네. 뭐 두 사람이 같이 보고 세 사람이 같이 보고 그러면 몇천 원씩 더 붙기는 하는데 어차피 저는 혼자 하니까 9,500원. 요즘은 워낙에 이렇게 공부할 수 있는 뭐 무료 아니면 아예 되게 꽤나 저렴한 이런 매체가 많아서 네. 뭐 아무튼 하고자 하면 할 수 있는 그런 방법이 많은 것 같아요. 뭐 굳이 큰돈 들여 가지고. 특히 하루에 한두 시간 이렇게 가서 앉아 있는 학원에 막 몇십만 원 내는 거는 제가 볼 땐 진짜 아닌 것 같아요. 저도 예전에 직장 생활할 때 막 네. 퇴근할 때나 아니면 아침 출근 전에 간 적도 있었는데 아닌 것 같아요. 내 돈 내놔. 내 돈 내놔. 내 돈 내놔. 이게 지금 가장 부담스럽지 않은 거리에서 제가 노트북 모니터를 가장 편히 볼 수 있는 거리. 지금요. 이걸 한번 볼까요? Thailand had kept its coronavirus cases under control. Now it's testing thousands as it battles a shrimp market outbreak. 간혹가다 진짜 너무 아니 뭐 외신이든 뭐든 저도 이렇게 너무 긴 글을 못 읽어서 읽을 만큼 읽고 뭐 넘어가는 것도 있을 거고. 첫 번째 기사는요. 요거 한번 읽어봐요, 우리. 일단 외신 최소 10개 읽는 것도 쉽지 않더라고요. 링크는 요거. 같이 보실 분들은 여기 링크로 들어가시면 돼요. Thailand on Sunday began testing tens of thousands of people for coronavirus and extended curbs on movement. A day after locking down a province following the country's worst outbreak yet. curb. 모르는 단어 curb. 억제하다. restrain. curb. 이동 억제 같은 거. 우리 지금 뭐라 그러죠? 외출 제한하는 것처럼. curb is a movement. Thailand on Sunday began testing tens of thousands of people for coronavirus and extended curbs on movement a day after locking down a province following the country's worst outbreak yet. The outbreak began at a shrimp market in Sakhon, a province southwest of Bangkok and a center of the seafood industry that is home to thousands of migrant workers. migrant인지 immigrant인지 항상 헷갈려요. migrant입니다. migrant. 4 cases were reported there on Friday, and that number had jumped to 689 by Sunday, the public health ministry said. Thailand had previously kept the epidemic in check, recording around 5,000 COVID-19 cases. epidemic 같은 단어. epidemic. 이주 노동자들이 많은 슈림프 그런 해산물 시장에서 지금 Today is just the first days collective 이름이고요. The ministry's permanent secretary told the news conference, further research will show a lot more infections. Further research. He said up to 40,000 people would be tested in a nearby province with over 10,000 tests to be conducted by Wednesday. Migrant workers mustered from Myanmar lined up for testing on Sunday, along with some flies. Most cases identified so far have been asymptomatic, health officials said. 코로나 알림이 계속 울리는군요. 무증상, 이거구나. asymptomatic이 무증상이랍니다. asymptomatic. 저는 그냥 한 달락, 이거 외신 읽을 때는 그냥 한 달락 읽고 모르는 단어 체크하고 그리고 한 번 더 보고 그러고 그냥 넘어가요. asymptomatic. asymptomatic. 무증상, asymptomatic. Barbed wire surrounded the market on Sunday as authorities in Bangkok ordered all schools in districts in the capital that have borders with Samut Kakhon, 45 kilometers away by road to close until January 4th. The province is due to stay under lockdown and nighttime curfew until January 3rd, and Collective Film said the ministry expected to bring the situation under control in 2 to 4 weeks. We have to cut epidemic cycle. Thailand is the first country outside China to report COVID-19 cases, has so far reported just 60 deaths from coronavirus among its 70 million population. That means Thailand has one of the lowest coronavirus mortality. 사망자 수. mortality. Lowest coronavirus mortality. mortality rates per capita. 근데 타일랜드가 지금 제일 낮은 코로나 사망자 비율을 나타내고 있다는데 이거 that means Thailand has one of the lowest coronavirus mortality rates per capita in the world, according to Johns Hopkins University data. Prime Minister Prayut Chan-ocha put it on his Facebook account. 페이스북 계정 할 때 account 쓰고요. We will have to cut the epidemic cycle quickly. We already have experience in handling it. Authorities in Bangkok also called on people to step up preventive measures, 예방책, by avoiding gathering. Preventive 맞나? Preventive measure. Avoiding gathering via entertainment venue, 장소. entertainment venue, 그런 오락 유흥 장소, entertainment venues and restaurants must observe social distancing. Organizers of New Year celebration were told to seek official permission to go ahead, while companies were urged to get staff to work from home if possible. Neighboring Cambodia, meanwhile, tough. Toughen the requirement for people entering the country from Thailand. 옆 나라 캄보디아에서 이렇게 들어올 때 더 엄격한 그런 네, 이 기사는 넘어가도록 하겠습니다. 그다음에 나이지리아에서 공부하던 애들이 몇십 명이 납치됐다는 외신이 있었거든요. 정말 상상할 수도 없는 그런 그죠. 한낮에 공부하고 있는 애들이 무장 괴한들에 의해서 그냥 한순간 납치가 되고 이런 게 일상인 그런 그죠. 우리가 얼마나 안전한 나라에 살고 있는지에 대한 자각과 감사함이 있어야 될 것 같아요. 물론 또 이렇게 상황이 극도로 안 좋은 나라 사람들에 대한 관심도 있어야 될 것 같고. Scores of kidnapped Nigerian school children rescued. At least 84 kidnapped school children were rescued following a gun battle between their abductors, security forces, and local. According to Nigerian police, the children were taken on Saturday while returning home to their village after a religious ceremony. 다행이네요, 그나마. 근데 between abductor. abductor. 납치범, 유괴범, kidnapper 했던 abductor. abductor, kidnapper 같은 단어. abductor. Security forces, local vision. 자경단. vigilant. local vigilant. 뭐라 그러지? 이거 지역 자경단? 자체적으로 그 결성된 뭐 이런 거. 자경단은 우리말 뜻도 잘 모르겠습니다. 들어보긴 많이 들어봤는데. 자경단. 지역 주민들이 그런 재난 위험에 대비 스스로 그 조직한 민간단체. local vigilant. 잠시. 두유 커피만 먹으면 두유든 우유든 유자 들어간 것만 먹으면 배가 아픈데 그래도 먹게 된다는. 맛있으니까요. Abductor, 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 kidnapper, vigilant, 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 자경단, vigilant, vigilant, vigilante, 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 local vigilante, according to 최소 84명의 그 납치된 학교 애들이 돌아오긴 돌아왔답니다. It was the second mass kidnapping in Nigeria, northwestern Katsina state in 8 days. On Friday, more than 300 schoolboys were freed roughly a week after they were abducted from a boarding school. Freed. 자유로워졌다고. This most recent kidnapping has also yet to be attributed to any specific group or organization. 어떤 특정 단체 그룹에 의해서인 거지는 아직 밝혀지지 않았다는 거지요. When the police were referring to the only as bandits, according to the BBC, motorcycle bandit group have been on the rise in northwestern Nigeria, often kidnapping for ransom and leading to deadly clashes, as local residents have employed armed vigilantes to protect farms and villages. The earlier kidnapping is also believed to be the work of bandits and not Boko Haram. The BBC said bandit have been. The recent mass kidnappings have caused many Nigerians to protest against the government, which they say has allowed these groups to gather strength and commit violence without fear of consequences. 정부에 대항하는 그런 정부에 대항해서 without fear of consequences. President Muhammadu Buhari responded to these concerns this past week after the large group of school children was released safely, asking Nigerians to be patient and fair, only to have more than 80 children kidnapped 2 days later. Both the kidnapping and reminiscent. Remind, of the high-profile 2014 Boko Haram abduction of 270 schoolgirls in northwestern Nigeria, which made international headlines as officials searched for the missing girls. More than 100 of those girls still appear to be in captivity. 2014년에는 276명의 여학생들, schoolgirls, 이번 사건이 그때의 사건을 떠오르게 한다고요. 우와. Second floor apartment to find job, new home after 7 action news story. 이게 뭘까요? Caroline's man once confined to a second floor apartment to find job. New home after 7 action news story. Doctor who tested the COVID-19 vaccines on 1,000 volunteers finally gets headshot. Some states not receiving as many COVID vaccine doses as originally projected. Saudi Arabia suspends international flights over mutant virus. Trade talks. COVID-19 serious disruption fear that Dover halts traffic to France. Dover. Serious disruption. After France blocked arrivals of UK passengers for 48 hours over concerns about the new coronavirus variant. 영국의 변종 바이러스 때문에 이 물류를 못 들어오게 막아서 뭔가 생긴 freight lorries cannot cross by sea or through the Eurotunnel, and the port of Dover has closed to outbound traffic. About 10,000 lorries a day travel between Dover and classes during peak periods such as Christmas. Freight. 화물 운송료. Freight lorry. Freight lorry. 대형 트럭. 화물 운송 트럭을 freight lorry라고 하는군요. 로리는 한국어로도 많이 들은 것 같은데. Freight lorry. Freight, 화물 운송. Freight lorries cannot cross by sea or through the Eurotunnel, and the port of Dover had closed to outbound traffic. About 10,000 lorries a day travel between Dover and during peak periods such as Christmas. 마녀대. UK minister. UK가 영국이고요. US가 미국이라는 거. UK ministers will discuss the move at the Cobra Emergency Committee on Monday. On Sunday, Transport Secretary Grant Shapps urged the public and holier. Lorry, holier. 화물 수송 회사 혹은 그 업자, 근로자. holier, lorry, holier, freight lorries, holier. Holier did not travel to ports in Kent, saying significant disruption was likely in the area. Kent police have mobilized the operation system to park lorries on the M20 motorway. Mobilize. 제가 이거 링크를 걸었나? 링크를 안 걸었네. 저는 지금 이걸 보고 있습니다. Fresh Food Challenge Richard Burnett, head of the Road Haulage Association, told the BBC's Today program that the ban could deter EU hauliers from coming to the UK over fears they will end up being stranded. Deter. 그만두게 하다. Deter. That the ban could deter EU hauliers from coming to the UK. 영국에서 오는 그 화물 수송을 over to the UK over fear they will end up being stranded. Strand, 발을 묶다, 오도가도 못하게 하다. 영국에서 오는 haulier, 그런 운송 차량을 아예 그냥 아예 그냥 This retailer. The retailers have done a good job of stocking up on ambient products for Christmas. There will be plenty of stock, he added. 소매업자, retailers have done a good job of stocking up ambient products, 소소한 물건들. 크리스마스를 위한 but the fresh food supply whereas short shelf life, and there will be product on its way now. That's where the challenge comes from. 신선식품들이 지금 the retailers will absolutely be assessing their inbound flows this morning, understanding whether or not those flows are on their way into the retail distribution. Given today that those things are in control. Contingency. 만일의 사태. contingency. 사진이 아주. Kent Police study had implemented. Carry out, implement. Contingent, implement. Had implemented the closure of the coastbound carriageway of the motorway between Junction 8 and 11 as a contingent measure. The Department for Transport has said the Manson Airport in Kent is being ready to take up to 4,000 lorries to ease congestion in the country. Traffic congestion. Contingency, congestion, 혼란, congestion, contingency, 만일의 사태형, contingency, distribution, 헷갈리는 단어들 중 distribution. 얘도 넘어갑니다요. 대충 내용이 파악되면 그냥 넘어갑니다. 끝까지 읽는 게 지겨워가지고. Bosnian city of Mostar holds the first local election in 12 years. Chinese and Russian vaccines remain unproven, but desperate countries plan to use them anyway. 중국이랑 러시아 백신이 지금 뭔가 검증이 안 된 상태인데 그럼에도 불구하고 네. 지금 아주 절망적인 상태의 나라들이 그걸 사용하기로 지금 계획을 잡고 있다는데 그러니까 지금 우리 백신 빨리 안 쓴다고 막 또 정부 공격하고 하는 그 매체들 보수라는 표현은 안 맞는 것 같습니다. 그런 정치인 언론들은 무조건 뭔가 이거 볼까요? 워싱턴 포스트. 이렇게 외신지 이런 뉴스를 보고 있으면 그것도 very serious, 심각한 두통이 옵니다. headache. 요거 지금 다음 거는 그러니까요. China. Chinese and Russian vaccines remain unproven, but desperate countries plan to use them anyway. In the race to vaccinate the world, China and Russia appear headed to becoming international players as countries buy up doses and push ahead with approvals even before the release of crucial trial data. 그럼 백신 경쟁 안에서 China, Russia become international players as countries buy up. As countries 나라들이 buy up 마구 사들이는 거. Buy up doses and push ahead with approvals even before crucial. 중대한 어떤 그 실험 결과가 나타나기도 전에 지금 다 사들이고, 승인을 막 받으려고 하는 그런. Although both countries' coronavirus vaccine efforts were initially viewed with skepticism, a growing list of nations remains eager to work with Beijing and Moscow to slow the virus' deadly spread. Much of this had to do with scarcity. 부족, 결핍. Shortage. Scarcity. 부족, 결핍, scarcity. Rich countries have snapped up most of the early doses of the promising vaccines by US-based Moderna and Pfizer, which is working with Germany's BioNTech, 복합적인 노력, 다각적인 노력. Multilateral effort to multilateral effort to equitably distribute doses is moving slowly. For some, China and Russia are the only immediate option. It also reflects a growing sense that the Chinese and Russian vaccines show some scientific promise and could play a role in ending the pandemic, even as questions about safety and Transparency persists. Transparency. 안정과 투명성. Chinese and Russian firms are projected to be among global vaccine production leaders. The idea that the Russians and Chinese are just not as good at this as we are is just a vaccine nationalism, said Norbarjev, an infectious disease physician and statistical epidemiologist. Statistical. Statistical epidemiologist. 이런 유행병 통계. epidemiologist. There's no reason to think these vaccines won't work, he said, but we have not seen phase 3. The view of China's and Russia vaccine remains mixed, however. Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Sen said Tuesday that this country is not ordering a vaccine candidate developed by the Chinese biotech firm Sinovac because it has not been certified by a global body. Cambodia is not a dustbin and it's not a place for a vaccine trial, he said. 네, 이런 아직 안정성이 담보되지 않은 백신이 이제 처음으로 출시가 되면 그런 개발도상국, 그보다도 더 열악한 국가에 실험을 한다 그러죠. 그러니까 지금 이런 조중동 국내에 아주 유해한 매체들, 보수라는 말은 맞지 않습니다. 네, 보수, conservative. I think conservative press, this word is not proper to 조중동, Korean presses. They are just having some not corrected or totally harmful intentions, wrong intention. Why are so many Italians dying of COVID-19? 이탈리아 사람들 지금 몇 명쯤 죽었죠? 와, 이탈리아, 프랑스, 영국, 미국. Why are so many Italians dying of anyway, now just traveling abroad to another countries under COVID-19 is not a problem of braveness. It's just Why are so many Italians dying of COVID-19? Italy thought it could prevent a repeat of a spring tragedy, but the surging death toll suggests otherwise. 한번 요걸 읽어볼까요? 우리는 난 실감이 안 나는데 지금 세 개가 말이죠. There are so many. Italy, the first non-Asian country hit by the coronavirus pandemic early this year, once again is struggling with one of the world's deadliest outbreaks. Around 611 people are dying of COVID-19 in Italy on an average day, behind only Brazil and the US. This year, Italy has recorded about 68,900 confirmed deaths from the virus. 68,900. The highest total in Europe and fifth in the world after the US, Brazil, India, and Mexico, which all have much bigger populations. Once again, Italians are asking themselves, why is COVID-19 killing more people here than almost anywhere else? The answer lies partly in demographics. Public health experts say Italy has one of the world's oldest populations, second only to Japan. Nearly 1 in 4 Italians is over 65, an age group much more likely to succumb to the disease. 이탈리아에 사망자가 많은 이유가 노령자가 일본 다음으로 두 번째로 많은 그런 국가라는 내용이 나오네요. Another factor, multi-generational homes are especially common in Italy, potentially exposing older people to infection from their younger relatives. 다세대 할머니, 할아버지 이렇게 같이 사는 문화가 되게 보편적이라 common, especially common. So 어린 손자 손녀들하고 같이 살다 보니까 infection이 이루어지는. Since the pandemic began, 95% of those killed by the virus in Italy have been over 60 and 86% over 70. Deaths in many other countries have also been concentrated among older people, but there are proportionately more of them in Italy. Italy's death toll also looks bad on a per capita basis. The country has recorded 15.9 coronavirus deaths for every 100,000 residents over the past 2 weeks, compared with 6.3 in Spain, 6.9 in Germany, and 8.3 in France, according to the European Centre for Disease Prevention and Control. deadliest, 가장 치명적인. demographic. demographic. 인구 통계, demographic. 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 demographics, public health. multi-generational homes. multi-generational home. multi-generation. generation, multi-generational home. concentrate. capital. 이탈리아도 심각하다 그러네요. 그러면 Fiji cyclone death toll rises to 4 with 1 missing. Fiji cyclone death toll rises to 4 with 1 missing. 피지섬. 이상기후가요. 네, 에티오피아를 어떤 거 읽어볼까요? Ethiopia explosion. Abandoned bomb killed 3 in Addis Ababa. 에티오피아에서는 또 버려진 폭탄 때문에 3명이 죽고요. We cannot allow Ethiopia to become this generation's Rwanda. Google the page tribute to the last male northern rhino. After 21 days in ICU with the COVID-19, Oldham countryman released from hospital. COVID-19 survivor from Oldham country released from hospital after 21일 만에. Denmark to dig up millions of dead mink after rushed. 이건 또 뭔가요? 뉴스를 읽다 보면 점점 표정이 심각해지는 my expression becoming more and more serious while I'm watching serious, terrible, sad world news. This is one of those. Denmark to dig up millions of dead mink after rushed call. 이렇게 분명 늘겠죠. 지금은 한 줄 건너 한 줄 계속 단어를 열심히 찾고 있지만 그리고 뭔가 I want to be a good and quite strong influencer to our world to make this world much better as fast as possible to change. I hope to be changed this world. 한 10분 쉬고 미드를 볼랍니다. 뉴스 정말 머리 아프네요. 잠깐만, 저작권 때문에 미드를 보려면 소리를 끄지 않은 상태에서 미드를 보려면 10분 휴식. Right on. Now I have to go to the market to buy some things because now by COVID-19 policy, the markets are closed at 9 o'clock. So I have to go. 저작권 때문에 이어폰을 네. 그레이 아나토미 말고 그레이즈 애나토미 말고 마른 패밀리를 보니까 뭐 한 30초인가? 그냥 의도하지 않게 네. 소리가 들어가니까 바로 저작권 그거 이유로 이게 스트리밍이 중단되더라고요. 유명한 new information. Traffic in Australia. Roger for second opinions. So something others might have missed. For the patient, a fresh perspective can mean the difference between living and dying. We are asked for second opinions. Something others might have missed. For the patient, a fresh perspective can mean the difference between living and dying. For the doctor, it can mean you're picking a fight. Everyone who got there before you. Someone's getting fired, stop it. Wasn't even my patient. How long is this? Did you make the phone call? Get over it. And yelling at once. That's sad enough. Happened here tonight. Happened to that patient who was inexcusable. Until then, you will sit down, you will shadow, and you will let it be cold. Rumbling. Going down for this. Simonis. From a board. Try to get in front of. I need to get my right over the end of your ear tonight. From the beginning, you're slammed with a mask. Doesn't burn victims penetrating with multiple traumas. Doctors were working. Younger recruit. Who did I don't know. Captain laboratories. When the patient in catching and when that died. Everyone was everywhere. All right, who got the charge first? It was my patient. I had it for 2 seconds and then I was called outside to search from the beginning. I was paid to the year. Stops. I'm putting myself on timeout. I kept summer. Split the summer discharge papers after her puppy. You know, go home, you better than come back, cause I need you. I'm really there more than us. Kicking our asses on this easy. More asses, so get back here. I have to discharge first. You know what to do, get them pot fires. Timeout's over. Try to get them burning cold respiratory. Come with me, we can help. Right here, take this. I hand it off. Who did you hand it to? I have no idea. I got a shirt too young. Come with me. We can help. Right here, take this. And chirping. Smiling. Cat the beggar. Must be Danny. Come this way with me? Thanks. Come on. Alright. I'm driving out to Vancouver to visit my husband as up there for work. We're gonna run up. So stop for the night. We kept driving. Can you lean forward and take a deep breath? Take deep breath. So you made it out. So we're on the first floor. I was scared. Mom got it burned. Mom's alright, baby. Everybody's safe now. But then, paranoid. We are forced to then let us go ahead us again. Let me try me something that can get it to like. That's why I had it at first. Your lungs sounds good. Your vitals are great up in a place. How are they gonna get on? Your chest are better than your chest. I'm gonna do. Wait 1 second. Is that just long? Can I have the plastic? Take a look. Another initial is I was a burn patient and she was a surgical. There was nothing more for me to do for her. I went Dr. Bradley. What did I just say? Dr. Bradley needed some help. He fainted. He fainted. Have a brain tumor or something just unacceptable. With a blood drop to die. Understand conversation displays the frank maze. Patient, I lost the patient. How did he die? I lost her. And inexcusable. 어디가 고강호? Excusable, inexcusable. Justifiable. Inexcusable rudeness. Inexcusable. Inexcusable. Mistake. Inexcusable. Discharged. 병원에서 discharged 하면 퇴원하게 해주는 것이요. Discharged. Respiratory. 호흡기. Respiratory. Turf. Turf war. Paranoid. PM에서 편집시. I think I have some paranoid. I quite often think 이거 먹고 싶니? 봐봐. 와. 야식으로 아주 매운 비빔면을 지금 만들어 먹을 건데, 밀가루 면은 열량이 많이 높으니까 면곤약이라고 있어요. 혹은 국수 면약인가. 면곤약. 곤약 뭐 한 벽돌만하게 먹어도 한 15칼로리밖에 안 되거든요. 특히 물에 되게 뜨거운 물에 끓이면 뭐 그냥 그 사발면 하듯이 이렇게 넣어도 되고, 그러면 왜 오징어가 익으면 그 식감이 더 이렇게 쫀득쫀득해지고 단단해지잖아요. 또 면곤약 면도 그렇게 되거든요. 그러니까 밤에 혹시 뭐 면 먹고 싶으면 밀가루 말고 이 면곤약 이용하시면 훨씬 낮은 칼로리로 뭐 맛은 그닥 서운하지 않더라고요. 뭐 이런 거냐? 호! 호! 어떻게 보여주지? 요. 밀가루면이 아닌 10칼로리도 안 되는 면 곤약을 이용한 비빔면입니다. 청양고추 2개 넣었는데 특별히 매운 그 시판하는 고추장 소스랑 맛있겠어요. 맛있겠어. 우후후후. 저녁 많이 먹었는데 요즘 술을 안 먹어서 그래봤자 뭐 사흘째입니다만은 Inexcusable, 용납할 수 없는 discharged respiratory 호흡이지. 피해망상 paranoid, poor 영역성, respiratory 호흡, maze, 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 maze. 어이, 내 토끼, 씨. 토끼가 비빔면에 빠졌어. 더러워. Put her in her room. Put a fine hole of course no one ought to help me. Where's Peppercorn? Study hands. In college, I was 1 year life officer. I needed both the hands on this handle. Pull the S out, understand? Then wrist. Her. Right there. Where's the rhythm, Mrs. Becker? Where's Adamson? This is Osa. I never read the Mrs. Becker. Well, that looks good. Keep staying here with me. Guys, I'm going to the pool house anyway. Insert was correct. She thought it was a lookalike to her chest. I had 2 of morphine. Remember her chart. I checked it 3 times because she wasn't my patient. She wasn't my order. The morphine did follow up. My patient had to come back from the city. Pardon my eye here. The kid in the window is down. I don't know what he's here for. Roy has been taking care of him. He saved his life. Can I have something? You said the patient has rheumatism for pains in her chest. On her chest, she had a bunch. Alright, thank you, Doctor. Yeah. Are you saying that she had chest pain or wrong medication? Charles said her chest tube so doctors. I thought Lux was on the burn. I was to be with burn, Evan now. People listen up the burn unit. The ICU are full. Patients are staying here until some more trauma rooms are clear for the burn cases, please. Manner perhaps I can get person Doppler. Find my dad. By the way, why there's no any Asian doctors in this drama, Grey's Anatomy? Why no one? No Asian. Usually terrible, wounded, unlucky patients are usually Asians. Male femur, 대퇴골, femur. even 이 평평한 하는 뜻으로도 쓰이는군요. So uneven 하면 평평하지 않은 uneven. 크라키는 크라키랑 비슷한 단어가 있는데 크라키 insert localize Doppler 초음파로 혈관 상태를 확인하는 검사가 Doppler이나 femur, 대퇴부 같은 단어를 쓸 일이 그래도 알아두면 유익하겠죠. femur, Doppler. Another kind of, you're just gonna talk to me, alright? Decided you're in town looking at a college. You got a scholarship to Cornish. I'm not sure I can take the rain. Okay, there. Stop out, come back. Yeah, that's together. He can't breathe. He's like, I'm okay. Oh no, he can't breathe. What's up here? Sarah. Where's that? Her lung collapsed. Let him sit me down. You're gonna die, I promise. Oh, what's getting there? Did you go and blow the fips? Let's count. Get the chest tube. You just missed this stuff. Why did you do that? I told her she was running out of time. Tension, it's a relative didn't rock. Very distracted, but say for the record, that was not tolerable. Like if it was a bad, it would be the other hand too. Oh my God, there was calling here. Wait a minute, I'm sorry, I'll call you. Rather works too. It was what I said. I took the kid. That's the background. Emergency. I wasn't there. Oh, you're right there. I saw it. Can you find someone who can use that down to me? Have you seen forever hated to finish my stitches? She's not breathing. I'm real 72. Completely closed off. I can't see her code integrated. Completely closed off. Mine are ripping erratically. Too much shorting in there. Smaller tube by 6L. 6L, here you go. You didn't try it, huh? You're too much shorting in there, right? Smaller tube. What was needed me? Heard the thing about the right. Neither is just teachers. Treasure. I smell like trees. You're not that small. Shh. seem to have it under control. Seem to totally out of control. She needs a crack. Instead, distracted. Disruption, disturb, discharge, distract. Distracted. 일단은 crack. 뭔가 우리말이랑 비슷하구만. crack. Distracted. Intubate. 와. 요 며칠 왜 이렇게 먹어도 뭐가 자꾸 땡기나요, 이거. 보통 라면 하나 600칼로리 넘는데, 이 면 곤약을 이용하면 어쨌거나 한 500kcal는 덜 먹는다는 거. 물론, 달걀도 넣고, 참기름도 2방울 넣고 했지만은, It's got no landmarks. 전화 벌써 밤 9시가 넘었습니까? 도저? Practical. Tourism. You're mind blown. Yes, give blood to them. You've been described as looking shaken, unsteady. We only had one doctor pass out. I'm asking, will give blood. Gave blood, a young gave blood, a girl gave blood. I give only every 2 minutes because some dumbass. You give blood to that Dr. Crab. You haven't heard from her since. Tell me if she calls. I'm not ready. So people can't touch. Yes, damn it, I gotta go. Sorry. So what was the problem? There was no problem. There was a problem. I came back from setting the firefighter off surgery. My guys don't like it to line the whole floor. When it comes out of surgery, make a show of a super 30 years old on the job. You figure we could. That's great. That's some excuse. And there was a problem. Charles waved me over to help. I was waving a crowd. He wouldn't get off the phone. Completely closed off. I hung up the phone. I came over and corrected her. I hung up the phone. Let's get untied the cell phone rings. You're alright, are you okay? No, your mom just out of here. Left him alone. Oh, that's right. I feel like I'm asking you wait, please. No, just come home. Come on, we can talk about it. Just a minute. You're not coming back yet. You're not coming back. Give me a number. Give me a number or I'll call you back. Numbers I have to. Give me a number. Damn it. She needs to cry. Is I blind? I like to cartoon and I do cartoons. Let take away. How can we believe doctors after watching this movie? I got there in time. I did the correct. I got off the phone. I sat with her after that. At the point, good correct. She was stable. Then out of nowhere, I started to root her. He got her from mom. Should move on. What happened? Why is she? I don't know. Give me a hand. Raise your hand and give me the love. I was shocked. There's almost scrub. Wait a second, what the hell? The level was turning and he was beeping erratically. I was failing her. Mustard. Person scroll off. Scrubbing scroll off. The phone indicated the level lungs. Chart was like a fumble now. Then press 7. Only when I got there. A reminder of ventilation. Trying 200 to 200, beeping continuous. There's no blood. It started bleeding out. Blood in her cracked tube. Then the rumbling. I don't know what happened. Where she died. We lost her. Body calling. Where's the patient is she? What did you tell them? What did you say? I don't know yet. And Dr. Anderson just spent 20 minutes and then she was telling me what excellent doctor you are. Your school records, the evaluation from Merciless or say the same thing. And I believe it. But you're good. No, I don't know. You should be able to tell me what it caused. I could bleed out and die from multi-system organ failure. She had a DIC. Burns can cause massive tissue burn, proper cleaning and dress be more damage. She had a collapsed lung. She needed a chest tube. Would her lung have failed? She ran into respiratory distress. They said they cracked her. Wouldn't therefore end up with this if she needed a crack. Why not intubate? Already to swallow. What are the causes of inflammation in her throat? Smoke inhalation. And she whether sounds were good. Respiratory rate was what I'm asking you. What it looked like. It sounds good. Your vitals are great. Open up, please. Okay. When you're in your chest to pray on your coffins, you never looked. You didn't look at her throat, because if you had, you'd have sensed it. None of that would have ever happened. I got distracted. I know. It was insane. It was a simple mistake. The circumstances you were under. Circumstances you were under. I'm sorry, Dr. Kim. I missed the one step. What is latitude? What is latitude? She's bleeding out. She's bleeding out. Everybody stop. Where the patient is she? Where the patient is that? Time of death at 12:45 a.m. In fire. Discharged. Fire. Distract. Disrupt. Speaking inaudible. Inaudibly. Stay inaudible. Woohoo! Inhalation. 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 Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhalation. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Sit. 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 Inexcusable. Inexcusable. Corrected. Corrected. 동동맹요. Corrected. Right. Corrected. 지금부터 한 50년? 100년 흐르면 지금 영국역식 영어랑 미국식 영어가 엄청나게 더 달라져 버릴 것 같은 이렇게 굴렸어요. Corrected. 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 너무 심하잖아. Too different. Corrected. Close off. Close off. 예세시키다. Close off. Close off. Right. Right. 좋은 냄새. Shotgun. Big car. By car. bicarb. 너무 의학적인 용어들은 좀 넘어가도록 하지요. vein, 정맥 정도는 vein. Doppler, localize, insert 삽입하다, crank, uneven. Yeah. Continues. Oh my God, Daddy. Mom, you're okay. Where's your mommy? Huh? My mom here. Mom, your head is too horrible to face. Something rumbling. When we go looking for a second opinion. It's not the doctor, Richard. They're all the doctors. I know that. What do you think this was for? Jennings is all that legal. But this was for me. I need to know who finally was responsible. Unless I was able to do that. Said Derek. Maybe it's not one doctor. Maybe it's too many doctors. Who don't know each other, who don't trust each other. When I got to that room, there was chaos. Because it's the system now. Chaos. The business system has been in place since this merger. Your system. I'm burned out and rested. I'm saying you should look again who's responsible. I'm tired of pacing. Voices of that. And sometimes chances are everyone's the answer we get just complete our worst fears. Our worst fears. I want to require this darkness in my heart. But sometimes the worst fear, you're not on the bottom days make us say it in a whole new way. In full they say way out of the dark. Each guy they should live. Coming out of the dark. Oh, she was good. She was a better doctor than I am. Please shut up. You talk to April? I haven't. Does it run it as if you're gonna try to hit me again? I'm sorry, I was just work night, right? I missed an airway, huh? So stupid airway first. Pretty bad over there 1 second. She got distracted and she made a mistake. I nearly got fired for. Nearly got fired for trying to fix what she screwed up in the first place because of our job. But you didn't make any mistake today? You've been distracted for the entire week. You know what you screwed up. Our patient didn't die. That's why we didn't get caught. Happened to any one of us. Our parents have been hurt. Every point of view has been considered. Here she comes. You finally find where you're at. That's true. Thunder rumbling. But the truth is where it ends. Thank God I'm beginning to think you went on. Let me hear it. Right. Ready to go? I've been waiting for Billy all night. And there's a violent days. Just ready to begin. I'll be ready here. You okay? Let's go home. Out of the dark. What happens to her? Wait a whole new start of cash. I'm out of the dark. (6-7화) 볼 거예요. 이렇게 드라마나 이렇게 그 영화를 보면 이렇게 시간이 잘 갑니다. 장사. 이게. 내일부터는 그냥 외신만. 왜냐면 외신 보는 거는 이렇게 미드 보는 만큼, 드라마나 영화 보는 것만큼, 드라마나 영화는 뭐 누가 안 시켜도 그냥 이렇게 몇 시간 보기 때문에 내일부터는 미드만 이렇게 네. 투루루루. 자, 저는 그러면 실시간 스크리밍은 종료하고 시즌 6, 7, 6-7 에서 Here we go. 뚜뚜루루루루. 뚜뚜루루. Anyway. 뚜루뚜루루루.